अस्सलाम वालेकुम। वेलकम टू जस्टिस फॉर ऑल। आज के जो हमारे गेस्ट हैं इनका नाम मोहम्मद ज़हाब जमाली है। इनके पास दोनों ही एक्सपीरियंस है। ही हैज़ एक्सपीरियंस फ्रॉम पाकिस्तानी लीगल jurisdiction as well as from UK. I'll ask him, after spending or after practicing for 5 long years in one of the reputable law firms in Karachi, Abid Zubairi Saab, what motivated him to go to UK? Sir, what motivated you basically?
Welcome and thank you for having me. What motivated me? I went to do the bar there and then my master's. And while I was doing that, I thought I'd start some work, but then I enjoyed the work. So I stayed back and have been there for last 16, 17 years now.
Okay, your entire family is based in Karachi and they are doing well.
Yeah.
Your big brother Mohammad Hasib Jamali Saab, after he has spent almost I guess 20 years and he is one of the successful lawyers, I must say. So why you stood different from them? Again, I would ask because I was unable to find my answer.
I enjoyed working there and things, the process is much quicker there.
Okay.
It's better for lawyers. You don't get any adjournments, which is completely different from here. Most of the cases that I would take on, I think within a few months or 6 months or something, they would conclude in court.
Okay.
Now that might be unheard of here. So it's quicker, you can process more cases. They have digitized most of the courts there. So everything is done online. So it works well with me. I can keep on traveling and still be able to do extensive amount of work.
So am I right when I say you were fed up with inherent delays which are part and parcel of our judicial system, and comparatively in UK everything was faster? This is what you're saying?
To an extent, yes. The delays are very concerning here. Have always been for me. कोर्ट में जाके केस आपको सुबह लॉन्च करना है और अर्जेंट की रिक्वेस्ट लेके जानी है. All of that required paperwork. You have to do it, go to different branches, different people, then to the court, and then to wait. उधर ये सब 2-3 क्लिक्स पे ऑनलाइन हो सकता है. तो उसमें टाइम सेविंग, कॉस्ट सेविंग. You don't have to travel to the court to do all of that. So it's quicker and it's beneficial. Yes.
Okay. So when exactly you started your practice in UK?
I started in 2009.
Okay. So my question is it easy for a qualified barrister from Pakistan to find pupilage in UK?
No, pupilage is one of the hardest thing to find in law. But what I've seen, and a lot of my colleagues or people who work with me are applying for pupilages, but you do eventually get there. It's not easy. जैसे आप जॉब के लिए अप्लाई करोगे, it's not that easy. Pupilage के लिए you need to build your CV, do a lot of internships on many pupilages, perhaps do some marshalling in any court. That gives you very good exposure. And because it's so competitive, if you have that experience and you can show to the pupil supervisor or the chambers that you would be an asset to them, then they're more likely to consider you.
Okay, so if someone who is completely a blank page, he has no good CV, like no internships, nothing like that, how much time will it take in your view presently? Talking about present time.
Depends on how fast they are and how good they are. I think it would easily take a year or two to build their CV. So let's say they do internships in 5-7 law firms, 2-3 mini pupilages, do a marshalling in any court, and then I think it would be a much better CV for chamber to consider.
I have learned that after 16 years of practice in UK, you have successfully managed to establish your own firm. So in a capacity of employer, what skills are important? What skills you see or you are looking for in an internee or someone you are hiring?
The first introduction is, let's say someone emails you a CV. The entire case they're putting forward to be hired or be considered is the CV. So CV has to be attractive. If an employer sitting in London is looking that I want to hire someone, and if they can see in the CV that that person has some experience in a UK law firm or a barrister's chamber, then they are more likely to be considered.
Okay, I have CV, but I do not possess any experience from UK jurisdiction, like someone from America or someone from Asia, Asian countries, particularly India and Pakistan. They have worked with reputable law firms, but it has nothing to do with UK. So, are there chances for that candidate to get employment early?
There are always chances, but as I would say, that's exactly the thing that I was saying, that let's say I am applying for a job in UK. I've worked for 5 years here.
Hmm.
Law is pretty similar in both jurisdictions to a good extent. And I've worked here a lot. Court में appear हुआ हूँ. I've drafted cases, done legal research. But still, if I could do some internships in UK and get the same thing but slightly more refined through UK internships or mini pupilages, I would stand a much better chance to be considered. So उधर internships वगैरह शुरू में करें, जितनी मिलती है करें, that would be very beneficial.
अच्छा, internships वहाँ पे paid हैं या you have to work for free?
पेड भी होती हैं और अनपेड भी होती हैं. Again, a lot of people do struggle, especially in London. It's much expensive as compared to other cities. But I would say जिस तरह की भी internship मिले, the most important thing is to get through the initial door. एक दफा दरवाजा खुल गया, आप गए कहीं internship की. That's what happened with me in 2009. I interned at a firm.
Okay.
Within 2 weeks, they offered me a job. Perhaps because of the experience I gained in Pakistan.
So it
Thanks to
played
Abid
roles.
Sahab. Oh yes, it was very, very, like, I think it pretty much did the thing. But again, उसको 2-3 week मुझे लगे दिखाने में.
So
firm
how
को.
you basically translate your experience
Yes,
and
yes,
demonstrate.
that would be very helpful. So any experience in Pakistan generally would be very helpful in UK, in my understanding. But उधर कुछ internships करनी होंगी आपको.
Now my next question is, like, someone who has done his LLB from Pakistan, he has no degree from UK, he hasn't done a bar. Is it room for him to continue or establish his practice in UK, or he will face plenty of difficulties?
Again, difficulty you would face if you're moving to a new country. I think to any country you would face difficulties. You might be homesick. It would be a new environment, different norms and culture. So yes, you will face some difficulties, but if you are adamant and hardworking, you will get through. A lot of people come from Pakistan or other places and they settle down in UK successfully.
But
so there's
simple
always
LLB,
room.
I'm talking about simple LLB.
Simple
You have
LLB
not done
भी
law from UK.
बिल्कुल, you can cross qualify.
Okay.
And you can do conversions. Used to be a GDL, or now you could do sit exams for SQE and qualify as a solicitor in a few years. So there's always a route available.
So there is a way.
Yes, definitely.
Now the last question, from my own experience, I know many barristers who are my friends. They are not encouraged to practice in UK. I asked them why you chose Pakistan. You were there, you could have continued your practice there, but they said no. This is system there and environment there is hostile against barristers. How far this statement is true?
It could be considered slightly hostile initially. देखें आपको you need to get through the initial door, and that's the hardest part. ठीक? People would struggle financially as well, and at the same time they would struggle to find good employers or seniors. So yes, it's hard work, but if you don't give up, I've seen many people in that position go through and successfully become good lawyers in London. So that's possible.
I must say this is true everywhere. Like, there is no substitute, there is no replacement for hard work. Whether you are practicing in Pakistan or in UK or any other country, you have to work really hard and demonstrate your skills. So this argument from barristers, they say that it's the environment is hostile. What would be your suggestion, your encouragement for barristers, particularly from Pakistan, to stay there, to struggle there and establish their own practice just like you did?
Okay, if the environment is hostile, then take it as a challenge.
Okay.
You would, if you face that hostile environment and you succeed, you might be much better in a much better position than other colleagues who might not have faced those hostilities initially. जितना hard आपकी environment होगी और आप face करते हो, it makes you stronger.
Yes.
ठीक है, so that's there, or hard work, there's no replacement for it. Perhaps connections or applying to multiple places will get you the initial internship or get you initially to the door. उसके बाद आपके अपने मेरिट्स होते हैं, परफॉर्मेंस होता है, हार्डवर्क होता है, रिलायबिलिटी होती है, जिस पे आप प्रोग्रेस करते हैं आगे. ठीक, so that's there. And I'll tell you one thing. Let's say I have 20 colleagues working with me. There's always still room at the top.
Yes.
If someone good comes and joins a firm, they can still excel and reach the top. So हमेशा इधर भी in Pakistan, that's what I saw and heard, and in UK as well. There's always room at the top.
Mohammad Hasib Sahab told me that you have associates from different continents as well. So there must always be a language barrier.
Yeah.
So how do you get them?
UK is pretty diverse.
Okay.
I get clients from South America, from a lot of Asian countries, from the subcontinent, from Africa, pretty much everywhere in the world. So at times, I don't speak many languages. I speak Urdu, which is my mother tongue, English, which I've studied most of the time. I can understand Sindhi, speak a bit of it, because I've lived in Sindh. But let's say I've got employees or colleagues who speak Russian.
Okay.
And that's a major benefit to us. Spanish, Portuguese, some other languages. So it's such a diverse country. You have people from all nationalities there. And yes, they do play a very important role in our firm.
Thank you, Zahab Sahab, for such an informative session.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you.